Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome back to our channel once again. Uhuru Kenyatta is laying an elaborate strategy to defeat William Ruto in 2027. And at the center of that strategy is Sifuna-Kalonzo Musyoka as his preferred presidential candidate and Edwin Sifuna as the proposed running mate. And the question which I want to pose to you guys, can the two gentlemen, that is Kalonzo and Sifuna, defeat William Ruto in 2027? And for you to understand that strategy, something happened this past week. I want you guys to listen to this speech here by Edwin Sifuna very briefly and tell me something which is said without saying.
Niwaambie Mheshimiwa Gachagua, hakuna mtu ambaye ana uwezo ya kunifukuza ndani ya chama cha ODM. Wewe tulia tu. Sisi Waluya tunasema mkienda kuwinda mnyama ambaye amekuwa akikula kondoo, anakula kuku yako, amuendi wote kwa laini moja namna hii. Sijui kama mnanielewa? Mnanielewa? Wewe ingilia hii pande, akifikiria ni wewe, anasikia amepigwa mshale ya kifua. Anasikia mwingine amemshika shingo, mwingine amemshika mguu, kidogo kidogo fisi wapi? Chini.
And the same past week, Uhuru Kenyatta tagged along Sifuna-Kalonzo Musyoka during his tour or working visit to Nigeria. Again, I did a comprehensive analysis about that particular visit. But the truth of the matter is that Uhuru Kenyatta is laying an elaborate strategy to defeat William Samoei Arap Ruto in 2027. And I know some of you are about to ask me about Fred Okengo Matiang'i. Ladies and gentlemen, the truth is 2027, Uhuru Kenyatta has decided that he's going to support Kalonzo Musyoka, and Uhuru Kenyatta is proposing Edwin Sifuna. For you to understand this, something happened again during the burial of Cyrus Jirongo. During that burial of Cyrus Jirongo, Edwin Sifuna caused huge political storm when he decided to go full throttle on ODM leaders.
Kitu ambaye sitafanya ni kujiunga na hawa ndugu zetu hapa ambao wanauliza maswali ati wajibiwe. Huwezi kupata haki. Huwezi kupata haki katika hii serikali. Mnamaliza wakati. Wewe ukiwa kondoo unaenda kutafuta haki kwa mahakama ya fisi, ole wako. Hakuna majibu tutapata kwa ajili ya maisha ya huyu ndugu yetu huyu ambaye amelala hapa. Sisi tunawaachia ndugu zetu watiriki. Nilisikia umeshafanya hiyo kitu. Niseme nisiseme bwana? Niseme nisiseme? Hakuna haki tutapata kwa serikali ya William Ruto juu ya maisha ya huyu ndugu. Sisi tuko nyuma ya hawa watiriki bana befwe. Batiriki mlio.
What most of you did not know, but Edwin Sifuna hinted, was that Edwin Sifuna was actually stuck somewhere in Sindo. And he had to be picked by a chopper. The chopper that picked Edwin Sifuna from Sindo on that day to deliver that attack on ODM leaders is the same chopper that dropped Uhuru Kenyatta in Lugari. It dropped Uhuru, then went and picked Sifuna, and then brought Sifuna back. So I think with that you can now relate Uhuru Kenyatta's strategy. But can Kalonzo Musyoka and Edwin Sifuna's ticket defeat William Ruto in 2027?
Nimekuwa kwa bunge miaka mingi. Nilikuwa na ango ya Sifuna. Lakini nimemwatch huyu kijana, wacha nimuite hivi. Kama kuna jasiri Kenya hii ni huyu kijana senata wenu. Ana ujasiri, haogopi. He is a communicator. Kwa mambo ya uongozi ndugu zangu. If the time comes na mimi niwe katika mahali naweza kuchagua waziri wa mambo ya nje, that will be Edwin Sifuna. Na sisemi ni lini, he is most qualified because I know kwanza yeye anaelewa na sheria. Sifuna zindi huyu. Tena huyu Sifuna, let me be honest with you, I'll say this today, Mheshimiwa. Whatever it is huyu jamaa atataka, Nairobi hii, Kenya hii, apatiwe because he's able. Na sijui haja niambia anataka nini, whatever it is he wants.
That's exactly what I want us to analyze in this video. Before we do that, for those who are watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support. Because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, for those who've been following this channel for a very long time, at some point, I pointed very clearly that for Kalonzo Musyoka to defeat William Ruto in 2027, he needed to pick either Babu Owino or Kalonzo Musyoka, Babu Owino or Edwin Sifuna as his running mate. I'm not so sure whether Babu Owino is keen on becoming running mate. He's focused on Nairobi. But can the ticket of Kalonzo and Sifuna win? Why is Uhuru Kenyatta pushing for that ticket? Number one, there is the Western Alliance. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto has lost the mountain. And personally, the Mbeere North by-elections results shocked me. But I doubt if it can be replicated in 2027. So the truth is, William Ruto got majority of his votes from Mount Kenya. In 2027, William Ruto will not even get a third of the votes from Mount Kenya. Which means for William Ruto to succeed, he must get those votes from other parts of the country. If you look at other parts of the country, we have the Lower Block, we have the Luo Block, and we also have the Coastal Block. Ruto is currently working hard to win the support of the Luo Nation. So if he will be able to get even 60 or 70 or even 80% of the Luo Nation, that will be good for him. So what Uhuru is trying to do is to lock William Ruto out of Western Kenya. How do you do that? Give them a running mate. Give them Edwin Sifuna. And the moment Edwin Sifuna will be named as Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's running mate, that would change everything. Why? Because the Luo Nation will feel now that they will be on the ballot. Number two, Edwin Sifuna is still young, so the Luo Nation will look at the potential in future. And of course, consolidating the loyal votes for Kalonzo would mean Ruto will be locked out. So because of that idea of Western Alliance, which Ruto is banking on, by nominating Sifuna, that equation is going to be disrupted. That's number one. Number two, Uhuru Kenyatta also understands one thing, that after Mount Kenya left, Ruto needed to inherit the entire ODM support base. And that's why Ruto was trying to do everything possible to appeal to the hearts and the emotion of Raila Amolo Odinga when Raila Odinga was still alive. That's why when Raila Odinga died, William Ruto went further and even accorded Raila Odinga state funeral because he wanted to win the ODM support base. But as things stand today, you can't be sure where the ODM support base would vote. So Uhuru is gambling with Sifuna that if I were to nominate Sifuna as Kalonzo's running mate, two things are going to happen. The first thing is that there are those ODM supporters who believe that Kalonzo stood with Raila Odinga, and therefore going against him would be betrayal, so they'd rather vote for Kalonzo Musyoka. Number two, ODM is currently divided in the middle. There are those who are for William Ruto or broad-based government, and then those who are not for that broad-based government. So that group will definitely find a place to hide. They'll get shelter. They'll get shelter under Edwin Sifuna. So which means as much as Ruto might win most of ODM by nominating Sifuna, majority of them will also be with Sifuna. Number three, the brand of politics. If you look at Sifuna, his firebrand. If you look at Kalonzo, he's calm. So how do you cover for the weakness of Kalonzo and the weakness of, because Kalonzo is already a presidential candidate. What does he lack? There's fire which is missing in Kalonzo. And I believe Uhuru has been trying so hard to get that fire. Sifuna is coming with that fire. That's why he's opting for Sifuna. The truth of the matter is that Sifuna is a firebrand, Kalonzo, no. And number 4, which is the most important reason why Uhuru is not fronting Sifuna as the running mate, is because of Mount Kenya politics. Rigathi Gachagua is currently controlling Mount Kenya. For Kalonzo Musyoka to win the presidency, he must enjoy massive support from Mount Kenya. But there's a problem. Uhuru really wanted Fred Matiang'i. But Rigathi does not trust Matiang'i. So how can they solve that? It's uncomfortable with Matiang'i. How can they solve that? You bring someone, Sifuna, and you test Sifuna. Rigathi is embracing Sifuna. Remember, Sifuna is one of the senators who voted for the impeachment of Rigathi, but is now being embraced. And Uhuru understands that Rigathi is not comfortable with Matiang'i. So he's now giving Rigathi that bait. And clearly, Rigathi has swallowed it. So because of Mount Kenya politics, Uhuru is willing to front Edwin Sifuna as Kalonzo's running mate. And lastly, the Gen Z factor. I know this is something we should not be repeating. But 2027 presidential elections will be determined also as a factor by the Gen Zs. So far, Sifuna has not done anything which has annoyed the Gen Zs. So which means the young people in the Republic of Kenya can easily vote for a ticket where we have Kalonzo, who stood with them, and we have Edwin Sifuna. I don't know what you think, but that's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. If you've watched this video up to this stage, please let me know in the comment section so that I can know that Ligang is still here or Ligang are still here. Bye-bye.